Hello, guys. While you are talking to Happy, and I just want to talk about something empirical. I want to talk about those guys or those people who like to use others as a mean to their end. Yeah, sometimes it's good to use people as a mean, but those people don't feel good if they realize that they are being used as a mean to your ends. There are some people, like for example, let me quote girls. Sorry for that. Girls might come into your life pretending to love you and care about you, but when you put all that love on the table and you start discovering piece by piece, you find that you're being used as a mean to their ends. You know, you know what I mean. For example, your girl has gone maybe into school, or she's not into school, she's just home whereby the family is not financially stable. So she's looking up to you. You know that every time my dude wakes, he will be giving me something. So you're being loved as a mere mean, and not as love as the end to their needs. You know what I mean by that. So well, what we're trying to say is, you know, let's like consider these people first. When they just come into our lives, we start considering them. We start considering them. Like let's see them through. Okay, you've come into my life, but who am I to you? Am I the end or the mean? Probably they'll take you, you are the end. You know, as sorry to say this, but uh, the way philosophy or other philosophers say, like uh, for example, oh, who is this philosopher? Jean Paul Sartre. He said, human beings have to live authentically. Meaning, me, I can give you the answer to your problems. Your teacher can give you the answer to your problem. Sorry to say this, but even prayers can't give you answers to your problem. Why? Because the only good decision can only come from you only. You know. Uh, so you can't ask her to say, who am I to you? Am I the end or the mean? Probably should tell you that you are the end to my happiness. I love you. Or it's a family member, they'll say, we love you, you are our family, and we just love you. But especially family members these days, that's why in my life I love friends to families, either girlfriend, my friends, compared to families. Why? Because people that have just come into your life, they have shown you how important you are. But family members that have been observing you, how you can be in future. So since they have seen this person is a hard worker, they'll start like liking you all the time. Like by that time you'll be like, you know, well settled. They'll show you love, that love like you never seen before, and you say, no, I'm loved by my family. No, you're not loved by your family. You are being used as a mean. They just want to be receiving from you. And sometimes we're talking about something with my friend behind here about like if you want to be stable, it's not bad like to forget about these other people. For example, you're getting a 10 kwacha at work. You want to supply it to your families, maybe those means, those who are using you as a mean, you give them their 5 kwacha what as a result you run with a 2 kwacha. The 2 kwacha utilize it to the next month, then you get paid, you give them. Remember, you are giving, you are removing, taking out from the pocket, and replacing next month you take out. Then comes a point where you stop working. Those people immediately they'll forget that you are giving them. They'll start like, that guy was working. What was he doing with the money? You have nowhere to go. So it doesn't mean like when you forget them for a while, giving them in a distance. Sometimes you give them, sometimes you don't. You're improving your life. They will celebrate later. You know. Actually, it's not only your life, it's also theirs. So when that time comes, they'll both awkward love. So, like, what I'm trying to emphasize here is to notice the difference between the mean and the end. Who are using us as the mean and who are using us as the end. You know. do you remember, have you ever read about Immanuel Kant when he quoted about the three categorical imperative? He said, there's this line where he said, uh, treat according to the maxim, so that you treat a human being in your own person or in that of another's. Always treat as an end, not as a mean.
You got the brains.
Don't mind him. So, like, always, like, when you're treating someone, so, like, what if it's me who's being treated like this? Because I've felt that before. Like, I've been used, like, in my life, people you start, they come, they laugh, or they give you love, especially some girls think, maybe this person is really in love. And, us guys, we don't like giving, it's a, we also want to be given, so we give. So we're giving, only to realize that those people will never appreciate, and at the end, it's just like a simple mistake. They start saying bad about us, and that hates the most. You know, my friend Prince EA said about like sticks and stones can break our bones, but words will always break our hearts, and the wound to our hearts can do different things on our body. When our emotions are disturbed, we can. Let me end it there. This is not the thing which I only experience alone, but you also experience it. As long as we're a human being, you've got emotions, you've got feelings. I don't have to explain myself on that one. Okay, so please let us focus on those people who come into our life. Are they mean or are they ends? If they are, just see the signs of them being means, forget about them. It doesn't matter whether they hate you or they love you. As long as they're using you, they hate you already.
Yeah.
So let us notice those people are here to destroy us. It can't be like on fire. Like the story if you read about the flog. It was in a pot. A pot was on the stove, and the stove was on. So as the temperature was, that water was, the temperature in the water was increasing. The flog was also changing the body temperature to equalize the situation. As a result, the water almost reached the boiling point, and the frog had no energy to move out from that water. So it died in the water. Why? Because it used all the energy to equalize the situation. So please, let us not be like that frog. Try to equalize the situation whereby by that time it will be too late for us to realize that we're being used as mean, we have no energy to move out from that process, because even if we move out, we're broke already. Where are we going to go? We use all our energy to put the happiness on others who are using us. Yeah, I know everyone deserves to receive a smile from different people, but sometimes these days a smile is being paid by. You pay for someone to smile at you. You offer them something, but just for them to give you love. And I always struggle with emotions. I hate myself. There are these people.
That is good as God.
These people that have done a lot in my life. So I want to appreciate friends. Friends, I appreciate you all the time. Also, some other family members, even all the family members, because you treating me as a mean when I know. It doesn't mean you're treating me as a mean. I'm treating you as a mean. Since I already know that you wanted to treat me, so I'll vice versa to you. Okay. So we won't talk about this anymore. This is the end of my conversation about noticing between a mean and an end in your life. Not everyone comes in your life as an end. For those who are employed, yes, the employer employ people as a mean to their ends. But when you look into that one, that's not the mean we're talking about. The employer is employing you as a mean, but it's also the end to your needs. So don't put yourself in that situation. You are a mean into a bad situation. You're dying again. So I think you get my point on what I was trying to talk about. If it don't add sense into you, please don't say anything bad or offensive because, you know, it was actually but that's not it. I can't insult you because I assume if that was to become a universality, if everyone was to be insulting, how can we live? So no matter how bad you can do, we never fire back. This is not war. It's a society. We want to neutralize to create a just society. And actually, I'm a proud Catholic student. People who are working to neutralize the society, like to bring it down, who have lost it, especially in Africa, who have lost it. And us as Catholic students, we're trying our level best to bring the society back to normal.
And understand ethics.
And to understand the questions why, how, where, those things. We're trying to answer all those questions. The good part with these things we do is you bring the question, we answer it, maybe now or in years, but it will be answered. Just know that. So we're doing our level best to bring the society to neutral. All those who are using others, who are abandoning others, who are abandoning their children, we will destroy, not in a bad way, no, but just know that you are already in the soup because we are coming into you. This is the life we are chosen, to be slave to humankind, because everyone is tired of pretending. We are tired, actually. I personally am tired to be used as a mean to people's ends. Please don't. Okay? I know you. Just one more thing you should also know in life is always to be 3 steps ahead with the people you meet. How can you do that? Is pay much attention to the ambitions of those people. What are their desires? What are their needs? What are the things that they cherish the most? Then you know that direction. Always read the people's minds. Doesn't take you to do 3 years psychology or it's 2 years, I don't know. But just focus on someone. Know the things you have to know in order to get the answers. We are here in a meaningless world where everyone is born to seek for answers. God created us. He didn't give us the essence directly. The essence needs to be discovered by our own. He gave us free will to choose what we want. So someone can't put what he wants over what we desire. That is and will always be impossible. Yes. Okay. I'm not trying to lecture anyone. But these things, they are absolute entities. They are universal. You can't avoid them. As long as people are into you, you are into people's environment, you always interact with the means and the ends. But it's up to us to choose which one is the mean and where are we going to throw that person, or which one is the end and where are we going to put that person. It ends there. All we have to do is never treat back as a mean. I used the golden rule before. Do unto others as you would love them to do unto you. That's the golden rule. So you can't. If I discover that you are using me as a mean, I can't start using you as a mean. But I'll be using you as a mean because you don't know that I know that you are using me. By not telling you, you become the mean. Okay. So that's the thing. That's the thing we're talking about here. Always to know people are using you as a mean, never as an end. I rest my case.
So if I use